who is this familiar to you? Just raise your hands if this layout is familiar to you. Okay, some of you. Okay, when you download Zoom, that's what you get. Yeah, I hope that's okay, folks. What's brilliant about this is you can get this on catch up later. It's a bit of the training you missed. You can go back to it. That's the beauty of this. So thanks for clarifying that, Anne. So to set up a poll, you click on meetings. Now you can see here's the actual meeting we're in at the moment. So if I click on that meeting, so basically you go to meetings, select the meeting you want the poll in, then you scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you can see there's 2 polls I've already set up there. And rather unsurprisingly, all you need to do is click add, and here's how you create a poll, which I'm going to call learning to set up a poll. I'll make it anonymous so I don't know who's answered it. Say, would you, just exactly as I said I wasn't going to, but would you like to know how to set up a poll? And then you add either single choice, that was your poll thing, multiple choice I'd set up for the I cans, the second poll you did. So answer yes, no, not yet. I could put up to 10 options there, and I can also add another question so the poll can have more than one question following on. I'll just leave it as it is. I'll click save, and if we scroll down this meeting, we'll now see that the 3rd poll is there. Now the downside of me working with you like this is that I can't show you my host's controls, but what I will say is that if you have set up a meeting and set up a poll, you get a little icon that's on Zoom that says polls. You click on it, and then you can select these and make them run. So it's kind of intuitive, but I hope having seen that and having it recorded to go back to, you'll know how it works. Just before we move on, would anyone like to ask a question about that or get any clarity? Please do unmute and just ask if you wish to.
Is there polls only for people with the paid version of Zoom?
Boo! Yes, sadly, it is. Yeah. Though, let me think. Did they do it for education? No, they removed the 40-minute limit for education, but didn't add in any of the other features. So yeah, it is the paid version, which is quite reasonable, I think. I think if you go in and make them an offer these days, their tagline is Zoom cares. So you could find out just how much by asking them for a reduction. Thanks. Any other questions? Okie doke. So that's thank you so much. That's modeling the use of the poll really well, isn't it? It came out that, you'd like to know about that, and we can switch into it. So fab. Okay, so I'm just going to share up again the PowerPoint, and we'll go into a few activities. Now, the first one is, oh, there's a cake again, but it's bigger. Yeah. The first one is called Fun with Adjectives. So rather than just teach you these things in sequence, what I want to do is do some activities for which you need the Zoom skills. So you develop them through a reason. And the first thing we're going to do is learn to annotate a screen. And, forgive me, if you already know how to do this, fab, just, show off if you want. But the activity is called Fun with Adjectives, bracket, yes, comma, seriously, bracket. And you should be seeing a large ant. I hope that hasn't upset anyone, large ant. Okay, so what I would like you to do, and I'll direct you how to do this, you probably already know, but is to add around the outside of the ant, but not on it, adjectives, just adjectives that describe it. You probably see there's I've added the word huge. Now, the way to do it is on your screen somewhere, there's probably a green bar that says Mike Fleetham is sharing his screen or something like that. Next to that, it says, I think, video view options. If you click on the view options, one of the choices there is annotate. If you click on annotate, you should get a very simple drawing toolbar appears with mouse, select, text, draw, and stamp. And if you click text, you can just type in a word or an adjective that describes this ant. Now, if anyone's struggling with that, please do unmute and just, Vivian, what you say? Do you want to unmute and what you're saying, Vivian?
Yes, I don't know what I'm doing. Now, how do I get, I see people have already put adjectives on, but I can't seem to see how to do it.
You're seeing them going on, which is good.
Yeah.
So if you move your mouse around, do you get the white zoom icons like mute and stop video?
No, I've got the green share screen.
And have you got next to that view options just coming along a bit? You haven't got view options.
If I go along, no, I've got record and reactions, and that's all I've got at the bottom there.
And you're on a computer?
Yeah, I'm on a MacBook Air.
Ah, so am I. That's interesting. So,
is it always at the top? That's where it is.
Yeah, fab, at the top. So view options. Click on view options.
Yeah.
And then you'll see annotate.
Yeah, gotcha.
And click that, and then
yeah.
I'm just scrolling up and down the list. Anyone else need a helping hand here?
Let's see.
It's looking good. Keep going, folks. This is amazing.
Oh.
Orange, ant magic, jointed legs, creepy, obedient, orange, hard working, love it. Beetle drive calling, love it. Any other questions? You're doing brilliantly, by the way.
I seem to get the pencil comes up, but I can't see where where I'm going with it.
If you do you just want to draw something with a pencil so we can see where?
No, I just wanted to type something in, and it comes up with a pencil.
Have you got there should be a bar that's got mouse, select, text.
Oh
draw.
yeah.
If you click on the T.
Yeah.
And then click somewhere on the screen. It should let you type. Well done, you. Gold star, which I can actually award you through the stamps that many of you are using. Here we go. Fab. Well, keep adding, because brilliant. You've all passed. That's a screen annotation, but it's kind of deceptive, really, because what you've done there is you've annotated my screen, and I was showing you a PowerPoint, and the PowerPoint just happened to have an ant on it. Mm-hmm. Now, if I change to the next PowerPoint slide, I've put something else in there. Mm. See, I'm changing my PowerPoint slide, but your words are staying there. And this is when you can start having a bit of fun, because you can say, well, which of those adjectives still matches what's there? Mm-hmm. And then you can change the slide again. I've got some peanuts this time. So are peanuts hardworking? That's a discussion, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Are peanuts social insects? Probably not. Are they yummy? Well, yeah. Might they be scary? Well, yeah, if you have an allergy, they could be. Then you can move to a different category. Let's go animals. So which of those adjectives still match? Hardworking, probably, yeah. Curious, possibly. Bold, don't know. But the discussion is about the words you put there for one object. Do they still work? There's a zebra. Now, I'm not being political, everyone. And forgive me if you don't know who these people are, but what if that went there? Would it still work? Large mandibles, a hard exoskeleton, hairy, possibly useful. And then there, I'm not sure who that is. I just Googled people and put some in. Creepy, orange. You couldn't write it, could you? Huge, curious. But jokes aside, the point here is you can have a really meaningful discussion by having your delegates, your students, your colleagues annotate an image and then change the image behind it. Those of you who are educators, you can actually put a child's piece of work, put a child's piece of work where the ant is, and then you and your colleagues annotate the piece of work, pointing out what makes it a certain standard. And then the next slide is another child's piece of work, and you see if the description you've made in annotations still fits. So that's fun with adjectives, and what I'd like to do is give you the opportunity to talk about that in the second lowest rated I can, therefore one that we'll focus on, which is breakout rooms. Raise your hand if you've ever been in a breakout room. Breakout room, if you haven't, just from your... Go ahead, Lucy.
I had a question, sorry.
Yeah.
If you've annotated the screen and then you want to like just carry on with the rest of the PowerPoint, can you clear the annotations?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
there's as a host on that bar where you were doing all the tech, where you were choosing.
The host can clear them.
There's a thing that says clear. The delegates can clear their contribution.
Okay.
And the host can clear everybody's. And what I found, I'm learning all the time, what I found out now is going from that screen share to what we are now, it's actually cleared the screen for me, which would have been a problem if I'd needed those annotations for an activity. So thanks for teaching me that. That's good. Becky.
So can you save the white screen? So as soon as you've used the white screen, it's been annotated, you just save it and then it just gets saved somewhere and you open a new one. When you open a new one,
do a screenshot for that.
Okay, do a
There's
screenshot.
another thing which is a whiteboard, which I'll show you in the next activity.
Okay.
But to save those annotations, that picture, you'd need to do a screenshot, which is different on different computers. It's something like, F11 with a little shake of your head, or F6 with a handshake. I know it's really weird what they are, but yeah, that's how to do it.
Great, thank you.
So folks, I'm going to put you in breakout rooms.
Mike, Sybil has got their hand up.
Didn't say, I'm so pleased I have a co-host, because I can only focus on one thing at once. Thanks. Sibel.
Hi.
Hi, good to hear you. How are you?
Hi, everyone. Fine. Hope you're fine as well.
Yes.
Sorry for being late.
That's okay. Do you have a question?
The hand, no, it's not a question, but you said raise your hand if you have been or haven't been. I don't know. I thought it was have been, so I just raised my hand. I've been to breaking rooms before.
What brilliant.
Maybe.
That's good. What an attentive student you are. I feel like a gold star or something coming on. Brilliant. Yeah, so breakout rooms, if you haven't been in a breakout room before, from your perspective, everyone on this screen will disappear apart from you and let me see, 3 or 4 other people. I won't be able to hear you. The other groups won't be able to hear you, but you can have a private conversation. Kind of one of the rule. Yeah, what happens in a breakout room stays in a breakout room. Yeah, that's the other rule. But once you get in there, maybe just say hi to each other, introduce yourselves, quick, that usual chat you'd have if you came to a training thing together. And then how you could use that screen annotate in whatever roles you have, whether it could even be, friends and family quiz kind of thing, couldn't it? We have different family members there and you annotate one of them and then put the others in and see if it still fits. So yeah, introduce yourselves to each other and then how might you use that screen annotate activity? So you should have an invitation to a breakout room now. When you click on it, you'll disappear from me and you'll suddenly find you're in a room with other people. If you get...
You see, I was just about to answer your question on the chat. you can't have breakout rooms without the paid version. I found all this out because I've just signed up for the paid version, because everything that I want to use for my students, it's all in the paid version. So
but there we go. Well, welcome back, everybody. Oh, we got Breakout Room 3 using every last second. There we go. Back in the room. Okay, folks. So, yeah, hope that was of use. Is anyone willing to share an idea about the screen annotation? Anything that sprung to mind? No worries if not, but any thoughts you've had? Just dip in. Lindsay.
We were talking about its potential on a social thing to perhaps play a game with children. So play something like tic-tac-toe or hangman or something like that, and they could, so they actually are taking part in the game. So that was quite useful, we thought.
Absolutely, yeah. As long as someone's logged into the meeting, they can contribute to it. Yeah, simple games and kind of community building. Brilliant idea. Anything else anyone wants to add before we... Becky, thanks.
I was thinking about using it as peer correction. I'm an educator, and putting up a piece of work or bits of people's work anonymously, and then everybody correcting it together, and like error correction.
The power of that, everybody correcting it together. You get, as you said earlier, you get the screenshot of it. It's all there for you. Brilliant idea. Love it. Love it. Thank you so much, folks. There are many, many ideas. Once you get your head around it and try it out, all sorts of things occur. But that's so you've got an idea there, but also we've looked at, you've learned to annotate a screen. That's how I want to do this. So there's a purpose to learning the Zoom basic tool. In fact, I'm going to move on now to the next one, which is, it's a lot of fun as well. Fun, define that how you like, but we're going to change our screen names. What I'd like you to do is change your screen name to a fairy tale character. And the way you change your screen name is if you move the mouse over your face, the 3 dots in the top right should appear. If you click on the 3 dots, you should have the option to rename. I think it's rename or screen name or something.
Rename.
Rename.
Yeah,
Thanks, Rapunzel. And then you should be able to type in a fairy tale character. Now, if you're on an iPad or something different to a laptop or PC, maybe you have to go into your, bit clumsy, you have to go into settings for your iPad and change your name there. Apologies, I don't fully know, but do you know what? If some of you keep your actual names, then that will make what we're about to do even better. Because what you're going to do now is go into breakout rooms again, and you're going to say, if that was a fairy tale, what would happen? For example, I can see now that the evil stepmother, the Little Mermaid, Peter Pan and Rapunzel are going to be kept in order by Marie Antoinette in breakout room 2. In breakout room 3, there's Gretel, Snow White, the Gingerbread Man, and Snow White, Ha Ha. So when you're in your breakout room now, the task is, what would happen in that narrative if those characters got together?
Interesting.
Have a chat about that. Here come your invites, I think. Have you got your invites?
I didn't know about the annotation. I think it's brilliant.
I think it's brilliant as well. I didn't know about that.
I just can't believe I didn't see it there. I never knew it was there. It's just, it's funny how you just, you can be staring at something for so long and just not know what all of the,
well, I know my students can annotate the whiteboard, but I didn't know they could annotate anything else. So.
And your slides, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so now in all of the next webinars, we can be annotating things on the screen and be asking questions. What's that? It'd be a bit annoying, couldn't it?
It could be.
I'm dying to start back at school. We haven't started back yet. We don't start back till Monday. And I'm dying to get back in and to be practicing and trying out all these things, So I keep doing, you know, webinars and learning everything and watching video tutorials and stuff. It's like, I just want to put it into practice now. So
welcome back, Fairy Tale Characters. Welcome to Fazana, everyone who has just arrived back in from work. Good to have you here. You might be wondering, Fazana, why all your colleagues and friends have got fairy tale names. Just before I hear a little bit about what happened in those rooms, just so you know, the next Zoom meeting you join, if you don't change your name, that's what you'll be known as. So if you're in like a evil stepmother and Snow White ha ha coming up at a leadership team meeting or something, just might need. If you keep them for now, though, would anyone like to say what kind of narrative happened in their room? Any weird ideas? Gretel, what happened? Just actually a little aside, if you're on if you've got a keyboard, if you want to unmute temporarily, you just press the space bar, and then if you let go again, you're muted back. So it saves you having to faff around finding it. It's good, isn't it? It's like
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bit more natural, isn't it, that you can speak like that. So so just we've got probably time for two more activities just to share what we can do. But the thing with the screen name change is you can use it. You can have a bit of fun like this. So it could be, you know, superhero characters. It could be I mean, you could make yourself an adjective if you wanted, and then we have to use the adjectives.
Favorite animals could be.
Perfect, yeah. Animals into a room, what happens? Yeah, what would eat what? Yeah.
Yeah.
See what I've done here? I've changed it to Mike and level 3, just to illustrate. What you can do is have your own name and then add the kind of level you're at. And then what I'd see, I might see Gretel level 3, Becky level 3, and I think I'm going to have all the level 3s together. So as the host, you can put people manually into a breakout room. What I did with you this time was do it randomly, and Zoom goes, oh, let's just put those 4 together, those 5 together, and hope they get on, and they did. Although one of them got eaten. What you can do here is change the screen name to make it purposeful for you. And then you can put people into those groups. In fact, just one last thing, which teaches you another thing about your video settings is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my name to a kind of, I don't know, let's have an adjective that might describe good weather. So really, really simple here. I've got the word warm in, but what I'm also going to do is to hide my video. I'm going to stop my video. So what you've now got is the beginnings of a word wall. So if you could change your screen name again and then stop your video, what we're creating now is a kind of palette from which we could do some writing about the weather, for example. So I'm going to use, you know, you could say to people, right, we've got all of these words, use 10 of them to do a piece of writing. Heat wave, windy, cool, snowy, sunshine, warm, all of these things. Breezy, sunny. The stop, if anyone need any help, just shout.
Can you move these boxes around into?
Unfortunately not. No. The only way to do it, and it's not really predictable, is for someone to, I think if they turn their video on and off, does it shuffle you around? I'll just try that. I'm on the top row, second in. No, I think
it's different for everyone as well. We've all got a different pattern.
Absolutely.
So you could do poetry like this because everyone's got a different pattern. So you can read your lines across and see what you get, and someone else can read their lines across and see what they get, and they'll all get something different.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Yeah. Or you could put restrictions on, couldn't you? Say, you know, your first line of your poem has to include the lines that are the words that are in your top line or whatever, or make it open. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so that's using that's tip of the iceberg. The changing of the screen name is a tool that you can use for all sorts of creative purposes and you know, grouping purposes as well. So hope that's useful. Fazana, how can I help? So yeah, changing screen names, that's yeah, nicely done. Use it as you wish. You know, in Zoom, it's just a thing you can do. I prefer to use it as a tool that you can apply for creatively. Okay, probably time for just one more thing now. What I'd like to do is have you back in. I'm going to put you in different breakout rooms this time, so you get a chance to work with someone else and do and play around on the whiteboard, which means one of you will have to share their screen. Now I'm gonna share my whiteboard now, so you should be seeing you've all been pushed to probably the right of your screen in a strip now. That's where you
Yeah.
and there's a whiteboard here, which this is like, it's like before when you annotated my screen. Now you can annotate. That's it. Well done, Becky. You can nice scribble. Then you can annotate my whiteboard. So
Mike, is whiteboard one of the options on share screen, or is it just that you have to have a white screen somewhere?
No, you're spot on there. When you do share screen, it gives you the choices of your screens and then the Zoom whiteboard, which is what we've done here. So
mine says I can't share the screen while the other participant is sharing.
Absolutely, that's a setting I've made. So yeah, it's a thing. If you're working with lots of people, younger people, that's a good setting to have. It stops them bumping off each other. If you just want to have I'll put you in breakouts in a moment so you can play around with this. But if you could just all try and have a go at putting something on this wonderful piece of modern art, actually. Looking great. Just to remind you, if you're not quite there yet, the green bar at the top should be at the top of your screen. It'll say Mike Fleetham's whiteboard or something like that. Next to that, it says view options. If you click on there, click on view options, one of the choices is annotate.
And then you have the menu.
Absolutely.
In front of you. Yeah.
You get the drawing menu and then you can choose what you like. Yeah.
Mike, can I just ask a question?
Go ahead.
I on Monday night, I was trying to give a presentation to a group of people. I joined their Zoom talk. When I tried to show them my slides, I couldn't bring them up to show them, and I don't know how to do it. And that was really frustrating for me because I had to talk to nothing.
Yeah, that would be, so the host, the person who set the meeting up, has to allow you to do that.
Yeah, she did. She did say she'd allowed me to do it, but I still couldn't do it.
I tell you, do you want to try and share your screen now? See if it works with us. Yeah,
okay. Try.
Beautiful piece of artwork, by the way, and I've saved it. And Anne's going to auction it for the Sinnott charity. So never mind the donations. We're going to make a packet on this piece of artwork. Right. So folks, I'm just, as a last activity, very quick, apologies about this, I'm going to open different breakout rooms. Just to, I mean, there isn't time to fully cover this off, but just try sharing a whiteboard and maybe the next person tries sharing it. And it's probably too short a time to do what we would really want to do here, but it's in a safe breakout room, have a play around with that. And we'll just do that for a couple of minutes and I'll bring you back for the close. So you'll find yourself with different kinds of weather, hot and sunny, sunshine and thunder and breezy all together. That's nice.
You can see anything that's in that browser on this share screen. Yeah, click on that, the event, online Eventbrite page. See, you can have you can have all sorts of things open in your browser and you can click between them. You can open PDFs up in your browser as well. So you can have lots of documents lined up there and you can just click on whichever one you want to show without having to go in and out of share this, share that, share something else.
Hi folks, sorry to bring you back and I appreciate that probably needed a bit more time, but I don't want to keep you past the advertised time. So say thank you, Anne, for having me. One of the reasons I wanted to do this is because of Steve Sinnott Foundation, which I only came across recently during lockdown because of the work I've been doing. But this session and the other sessions in the series are free, but donations if you wish to make them. And what I love about this is that chatting with Anne, the donation would go to people around the world who aren't able to do what we've just done. That's what I'm absolutely passionate about. I mean, this is brilliant what we're able to do, but just think the more people we can connect to do this, whether they're children, adults, teachers, business people, whatever, the thing do that, we can have a different kind of globalization, one that actually works and brings people like us together to have fun and to learn and to do things. So thanks, Anne, for having me. Donations if you wish to. I've got a bunch of things I can offer to you free and paid as well. And there's some things I'm doing for Anne where the cost of it, I've offered to give some more to Anne as well as part of that. But wonderful to have you, Anne. Back to you.
Thank you, Mike, for such a wonderful session. It's been really good fun. It's been really nice seeing the names that people have chosen, and hot and sunny and breezy people. So it's been really good. I have put some information in the chat about upcoming webinars, information about Mike, about how you could donate, of course, but actually more about how we can learn together. There's some really fantastic webinars coming up soon between now and November. And finally, we want to improve how we do our teaching and learning. So there's a very small survey at the end. If you just click on that and give us some feedback, we'd be really grateful. And finally, if you want to save the chat whenever you're on a webinar, if you go down to the very bottom in the right hand corner, there are 3 little dots, and you click on them, and then you can say click on save chat, and then that saves it to a Zoom file in your computer. So if you connect with somebody, you swap telephone numbers or email addresses, then you can go back and look at it afterwards. But thank you all for coming, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Anne.
Lovely to meet you. Take care, all.
Take care. Bye. I'll leave it open for a few minutes just in case you want to save the chat, and then I'll end it.
Thanks.